What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're gonna take a look at some gameplay of Marvel Mystic Mayhem. Is this game going to kill Marvel Strike Force? Is this game any different in a better or worse way than Marvel Strike Force? We are going to address all of that in this video, and I was not invited to the beta test or anything like that. It seemed like only the envoys got invited, but thankfully we have some early gameplay from the Rogan. I think, I'm not sure how to say this is a Russian name, but he's one of the envoys for Marvel Strike Force on the Russian language. And we have some of the typical English speaking envoys with some gameplay as well, but they're wasting too much time on a tutorial. And we just want to see the gameplay, right? To see if the gameplay is any different from Marvel Strike Force or not, and to which other games it compares. Now, one thing about this game is the art style. The art style will be a lot more similar to comic books, and that might be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what you like. And then we also have the character designs. The character designs have this specific theme about them being more mystic and so on. And that might be a good thing for some people, if you are like more emo or something like that. But if it's not the case, if we are not obsessed about big boobies, gothic girls, then this might not be for you. But we're gonna take a look at some of the footage. Hopefully the audio will not be too high. So let's take a look, and once again, shout out for Age Rogan, Russian MSF envoy. And you can find him on the Watchers Council or something on Discord, and also on the official MSF Discord. So let's take a look.
Fuel my reign. Not on my watch, Dream Demon.
Okay, we're gonna watch this on 2x speed because it just takes way too long. But you can see the storytelling is through comic book style of animations, which is, in my opinion, it's a good thing. It's definitely better than what MSF has, and it makes it more visually appealing, right? Because in MSF you only have one character on one side, one character on the other side talking with each other. So this is definitely a better way of storytelling. So if you're into storytelling, this might be the thing for you. Once again, it looks a lot more like comic books, but you can see that the designs are very alternative. So for example, Hulk, he has all these kind of mystic runes, and he also has beard, which is wild. Okay, so we have Moon Knight, we have Hulk, and we have the Scarlet Witch. And this is going to be pretty much like a chess board. MSF is also like a chessboard, right? But you only have 10 slots on one side, 10 slots on the other side, and you cannot move your characters around. But in this game, you can move your characters around. So this is going to be similar to other games like we had recently, Mortal Kombat Onslaught, which for some reason it already closed, and Dragon Hair, which it was very popular like 6 months ago, but no one is talking about it anymore. I'm not sure if the game is still going on or not, but it's that type of gameplay. So you can move your characters around, and they have one ability, and this is the problem with these games, is that they are still turn-based RPGs. The only difference is that you have to wait a lot more. Oh my god, you actually have to wait a lot more, because you need to wait for the abilities to charge up. It's actually pretty ridiculous, and I think people don't even think about that. You have to wait much more to take action, much more to make decisions than you need in MSF. And this is one of the reasons why I don't like this type of games. It just takes way too long to make any action. And sorry, but I guess it's gonna be good for like if you have 2 brain cells or something. I don't know. Let's take a look at the gameplay and see what I'm talking about. So here we have some description of the abilities. You see that they have some kind of energy cost, so you even have to wait for the energy to refill. And as soon as you have multiple characters at the same time, then guess what? You have to wait the energy to refill for all of them. So once again, we have this wait to play. It's a little bit better than other games that we have seen, but you still are waiting to play. But you have a little bit more flexibility than those other games that I just mentioned. Okay, moving on, we're gonna skip a little bit, take a look at some more gameplay. So this is like a boss battle, which definitely looks interesting, but once again we are in a field where we can move around. This might be to dodge enemy abilities or to make sure that our characters are in range for us to do our attacks. And then you have these animations for storytelling. This is good, but this is also a concern when it comes to the... It's also a concern with how fast they can pump out the content. So for example, in Marvel Strike Force, we have a new character every week and a half or so, and we have a patch every month. Is this gonna be the same for this game? Is it gonna have like one chapter per week, or is it gonna be like one chapter per month? I don't know, right? But it seems like it requires a lot more storytelling than Marvel Strike Force. And in my opinion, that's a limiting factor when you are trying to push more content out. So we'll see if that's the case or not. Or the solution might be that the game is just so grindy that it takes you a huge time to complete the entire content for the month. So that would be another solution for this game as well. Okay, let's take a look at more gameplay, if you can. So as you guys can see, a lot of storytelling, really, a lot of storytelling. Where is the gameplay? Here you have a little bit of gameplay. Okay, now they are explaining the different types of characters. So like in Marvel Strike Force, you have blasters, controllers, protectors, whatever else. And here we have the basic abilities, and then we have some special abilities as well. So once again, it's slightly different from Dragonair and Mortal Kombat Onslaught, but at the end of the day, it comes to pretty much the same thing. Okay, so you can choose different targets to attack. You can attack multiple targets at the same time if you want. And with your protectors, you should be able to taunt as well with areas effects and so on. Like I said, pretty much Dragonair, pretty much Mortal Kombat Onslaught. It just seems to be a little bit more flexible when it comes into the gameplay. You have different missions, it's an RPG, so you have to craft materials, you have to gear up your characters, progress your characters. So typical elements that you find in this type of games. Let's move on to some more gameplay footage. We have Hulk here doing different things. Here I'm not sure about this because some of them say buff and then others say heal, so maybe they have different abilities but they come randomized. I'm not sure exactly, so one says buff, one says debuff. It doesn't seem very consistent, right? You always have one ability for one character, but I'm not sure if you can tell which one you're going to attack. Now, other thing that we have to mention is that we have these ultimate abilities, right? These ultimate abilities, like in other games, maybe if you're talking about Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, you see these ultimate abilities like one time or two times or 10 times, and it looks pretty cool. But after you play the game for a while, after you see these animations for like 10,000 times, these just 3 seconds of animation that you see become very, very annoying. And this is a problem that I have with this type of games. And that's why I play, for example, Dokkan Battle very casually. It's because just you have seen these animations so many times that it gets annoying. And at least in Marvel Strike Force, it doesn't feel as draining in terms of your mental capacity compared to these ones. Even that the animations are shorter, because they take over the entire screen, it takes your attention much more away from the gameplay than it does in Marvel Strike Force. So some people prefer it. I'm not a big fan of it, maybe because I've experienced from other games. As like I said, the more you play these, the more taxing these animations become, because you just see them so many times and they become super repetitive. Okay, let's take a look at a few more seconds of this video. So here we go, once again, experience, crafting materials, 3 stars completion for some missions, for adjacent content and so on. We have the normal stats, health, attack, defense, and whatever that is. So it might not be as complex as Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes or even Marvel Strike Force, even that Marvel Strike Force is very simple. And once again, typical stuff that you find on RPG. Like Dragonair, you can choose exactly where your characters are going to drop, you can get information of what's going on, and it seems like we have a blockade on the map which can make the strategy a little bit more complex, because you can dodge these characters, right? Give you more time for your characters to attack, clear some waves away, and then you can focus on the other characters. Okay, so here we go, ultimate ability. Like I said, after you see these like 10,000 times, might not be as interesting as it was. And you can see that, yeah, it's just 3 seconds of animation, but it starts to be too much. I just saw this video one time and it's already, it's already too much for me. Once again, the artwork, the storytelling, I think it's on point. If you are a big fan of comic books, I think this is definitely your realm. It's just in terms of how fast the content is coming out and how much is going to impact it. Okay, so once again we have a new map, and this map you can see that it has this barricade here that will protect your character from melee characters, but not from ranged characters. So this is another thing that you have to take into consideration, where you want to position your melee characters and your ranged characters. Once again we have an ultimate ability. Let's see his attacks. We're gonna let's replay this one. So he has a dash ability, attack and dash, that's it. And once again you have to wait for the energy refill, whether you have one character or 3 characters. I guess with 3 characters it refills faster. How much faster, we don't know that. Maybe that's something that we'll know in the future, but that's what we have. This guy is the doppelganger. This is a version from Spider-Man that he had this mutation halfway through. Let's move on for some more gameplay. It seems like this is going to be a big amount of gameplay, so let's take a look. So we can make, I think we can all select 3 characters, but you can choose which characters you want to deploy, right? Can you refill the characters after? I'm not sure. So he's deploying the Hulk, he's deploying the doppelganger, and he's deploying the Misty Knight. Once again, he's using the barrier to protect some of the characters. We have doppelganger attacking there on the side, and once again using the barrier for your protection or to slow down the enemies. Okay, new wave. Here we have a Mr. Negative. He might be some kind of a boss. Once again we have debuffs, we have attacks, ultimate abilities. So, like I said, it's slightly better to the formula of Mortal Kombat Onslaught, but I don't know, I'm not a big fan of these games where you have to wait to take action, and it seems like the energy bar takes a very long time to refill. I thought it was going to be faster if you had more characters. It seems like it's not the case. So yeah, that's a big yikes in my opinion. I think with more characters you have, the faster the bar should refill. Because, I mean, if you are not taking actions, you are not playing the game. Then you are just watching a video, right? You are watching the video and sometimes you press play or something. It's just, in my opinion, it's just not a good type of gameplay. You have those mechanics to switch around the positions and so on, but it's just not it's not often enough where it becomes a relevant element in terms of gameplay. Okay, I'm not sure what else we have to see. Let's see, Mr. Negative. So this is a character unlocked or a boss? Okay, this is a boss character. So he attacks more in the front and he attacks less in the back. So this is a good element of the position of the characters. And here we have the main thing with some very alternative design. This guy here, I don't know who it is, but he's not using it anyway, so let's see. So the guy that does the damage stays behind, so he takes less damage. This guy stays in range, and Hulk stays in the front because I guess he's a protector. Mr. Negative has 3 health bars, so let's see. You're gonna ship him away. In Marvel Future Fight, you also have bosses with multiple health bars. It's something very common on that game, unlike in Marvel Strike Force. But in that game, it's an action RPG, right? You are actually controlling the characters, while here you are just making decisions of the animations. And I guess that's going to be pretty much it. Once again, it seems like Mr. Negative is a boss, and that's the gameplay and my perspective, my review of Marvel Future Mayhem. Is this going to be a Marvel Strike Force killer? In my opinion, no. I think it's a different option that you can play throughout your day. Is it going to require more time from you than Marvel Strike Force? Probably not. I think Marvel Strike Force will take way more time from you. But this is something that you can play on the sides, right? If you are done with your raids or with your Cosmic Crucible attacks in Marvel Strike Force, you can play a little bit of this before you go to sleep. That's usually what I do with this type of games where you have to wait a lot, because all that time you wait is just a better moment for you to fall asleep. So there you go, guys. That's my revision of Marvel Mystic Mayhem. Is it a MSF killer? Absolutely not. It has some good elements from Mortal Kombat Onslaught and Dragon Hair, and it has an amazing way of storytelling. I think this is very good way, this type of comic books. Once again, I'm just concerned on how fast they can deploy more content. But we'll see about that in the future. And if the game becomes available to me, I will make some videos about it. Otherwise, I will not. And that's going to be the video, guys. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. And if you found the video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Mouse Strike Force content. And I will catch you guys later.